I told that old hag of yours to stay away from my wedding coming up soon. So can you make sure to tell her as well for me? Tell her that she will not be allowed into the wedding on the day of and that she needs to stay away from us so as not to cause any trouble.
What? When you say that old hag of mine, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about your mom being the old hag, and you should have known what I meant. Having her walk into my wedding all by herself with no partner walking beside her is just sad. So tell her to stay away. Simple as that. You are her daughter after all, so you should be fine with asking that of her for me.
Sandy? I'm sorry, but I have zero clue what you're talking about right now. Are you really telling me that you don't want my mom coming to my brother and your wedding?
I am telling you that. I shouldn't even have to be telling you this sort of stuff right now. You should already know that someone like her coming into my wedding would ruin the whole mood.
No, I don't know any good reason why her coming to your wedding would ruin the mood.
Why not? Being raised by a single mother is freaking embarrassing, right? And having her waltz into my wedding with nobody as her partner is so sad that I cannot allow it to happen when I'm about to show everyone my happiness. So tell her to stay away, please. Even your brother is embarrassed by her, so I'd like to keep her from coming in and ruining the whole wedding by making him and I beat red with anger and embarrassment. Just think about it with a level head, and you can see why I'm asking this from you.
Why are you saying things like that? I actually respect my mom a lot for having to raise her kids all on her own. And the way you're talking about her so cruelly right now is making me a bit upset, so please stop that. I feel bad for my mom right now hearing things like this about her from you.
What? Are you an idiot as well, then?
Excuse me?
You just have to put a little thought into it and you'd understand what I'm saying. If your mom comes to my wedding, she's going to ruin everybody's time. And if she begins to piss me off coming in as a single and depressing mother like that, then what do you think will happen to my wedding?
Well, stop trying to think that just by having my mom at your wedding, she'd ruin everyone's mood and end your wedding.
If she ends up coming in and giving the wedding a rotten atmosphere, your brother's going to be just as upset as I will be. Are you telling me that you want both me and your brother to be upset and embarrassed on our very special day?
Does this mean that my brother is 100% on board with having my mom stay away from the wedding?
Him and I are a married couple now. Anything I say about the two of us automatically makes him on board with it.
Well, if that's what you think, then fine. But I highly doubt that he'd be okay with what you're saying about our mom right now. Both he and I think highly of our mom and would never want to do anything to disrespect her.
You're the least helpful little sister. Well, whatever, I guess. We'll handle your mom on our own then.
And how are you going to handle my mom then?
Don't you dare go telling your brother anything about this, okay? And if you don't want our wedding to end up going up in flames, then you stay out of what happens next between us and your mom.
Well, now you're starting to get me worried about what you're planning on doing. I don't plan to say anything necessarily to my brother about this, but you're not going to do anything unwarranted to my mom, right?
We are getting very close to our long-awaited wedding and are both very nervous as well as excited for the day. So I ask you to please stay quiet about what I said. Allow your brother and I to have our moment in peace without getting in the way.
I still am a bit lost on what's all going on here with you, but I have no plans of getting in the way of your wedding. But can you make sure to talk all of this through with my brother as well before you ask to have my mom stay away from your wedding? Mom, have you gotten any messages from Sandy recently?
Well, she told me not to come to her wedding a little while ago.
So she actually did go ahead and tell you all of that straight then. I can't believe her. Well, you don't really have to worry about what she said to you, okay? I really do think that there's no way on earth that Kai would allow you to be told to stay away from his wedding with no good reasoning.
Well, I hope you're right.
Huh? Why do you say it like that?
Well, I'm just saying that what Sandy has said about Kai agreeing with her might be correct. I'm sure to him he has no real use for me anymore as his mother, and if anything, I'm just an embarrassment to him now.
Why are you saying all of that stuff about yourself and him? There's just no way that he'd think of you that way now.
Well, I heard all of this from Kai himself.
What? You heard this from Kai himself?
He told me that after what he's been told by Sandy, it's probably best that I really don't come to their wedding. And then after that, he ended our conversation by telling me to just not come. And ever since then, I haven't heard anything from him, no matter how many times I try to call and text him.
What the heck? What is wrong with Kai? Does he not see how rude he's being to you right now? I'll go and talk with him then.
Please stop trying to talk any sense into those two for me, okay?
Why should I stop trying, though? There has to be something going on between Kai and Sandy that we don't know about, because there is just no way he'd actually mean something as cruel as that. I bet you she's trying to brainwash him right now, and that his response to you wasn't his own.
And I'm sure that there's some reason for Kai telling me not to come, but we can't go around trying to force ourselves into those two's decision. I will at least go out and try to help them prepare tomorrow, but if they really do not want me coming to the wedding or having anything to do with it, then I'm going to stop. It's my job as his mom to let him decide who comes and who doesn't come to his wedding.
All right, then. How about the both of us go tomorrow, then, to help them prepare? I want the both of us to hear the real reasoning behind their decision for having you stay away.
Hey, why did you and your mom come here? I thought I made myself very clear when I said that I didn't want your mom coming to my wedding. What the hell are you thinking coming into this place with your mom?
Well, I'm having a hard time believing that you actually had the nerve to tell my mom to stay away from this wedding.
Well, even if you've come here today, it's not going to help your guys' situation any. Your brother and I didn't prepare a seat for your mom here.
Huh? You actually overlooked preparing a seat for my mom? For Kai's mom?
That's exactly what I'm saying. And why would I have? I told you that she wasn't allowed in here, yet she chose to come anyway with you.
Even if you're my brother's fiancé, this is going way too far. Allow us to talk to him right now about all of this.
Right now, Kai is busy talking with other people at the moment and doesn't have time to waste with the two of you. That's the whole reason I'm being considerate of him and am giving up my time to handle his family ordeal. As I had said to you and your mom before, there is no seating for her. I'm going to have your mom kicked out of this wedding right now.
You are the worst, Sandy, saying things like that about my mom.
I'm in the right to be saying all of this about her. Having to be raised in a single-parent household is one of the most embarrassing things to happen to someone, and I don't want him to feel that embarrassment today. All your mom is doing by being here is causing problems, and I want her to go home.
Then the whole family is going to go home.
Huh?
I've had enough of this from you. My mom is done dealing with you, and so the two of us are going to do as you say and leave this wedding right now.
Huh? Hold on a second, Amber. Did I ever say that I want you going home from this wedding as well?
You don't have to say anything like that to me, because saying something like that to my amazing mom is enough to make me want to go. So if you still want her to leave this place, then I'm going to join her and see her home. And right now, we are talking with other members of the family about this as well as friends. Even my brother is saying that he's ready to go now after what you've said to my mom.
Huh? What the hell are you talking about when you say your brother says he will go home? Do you have any other brothers besides Kai that I've never been told about?
I do not. I only have one brother, and that would be Kai. And Kai is the one saying that he'll come home with us. The way you've been acting around us and speaking for him has been way too much for him to accept.
Now, you wait just a second. What are you actually saying right now? What? Are you telling me that you told Kai about all of this? That has to be a load of crap, right? I specifically told you to not tell him anything about this and that I'd handle things between us.
Well, I was finally able to talk with him in person, face to face. And when we started to talk to one another, I made sure to show him all the things you've been saying to our mom and I about not wanting her here.
Huh? You're showing our conversations to other people without asking for my permission first. What the hell happened to there being something called privacy in this world?
And what happened to the privacy that my brother deserves to have from you?
Huh?
You ended up taking his phone from him on multiple occasions and typing all sorts of replies to my mom using his phone, making her think that she was talking to him when it was really you. And in the end, you were the one that blocked her on his phone, right?
I'm not really sure what you're talking about right now, but...
Come on now, Sandy, this is not the time to be laughing about that. You have very much shocked my brother with the way you've acted.
And so what? Why the hell did you tell all of this to Kai now? I swear, I told you very clearly to not get in the way of your brother and my happiness, and that includes this wedding today.
You think I was actually going to listen to you after what you said to me about not wanting my mom at her son's wedding?
Huh?
The way you've been acting around everyone has been completely screwed up, and my brother needed to know about what you were doing. And right now, he's in complete shock over what you'd done.
Huh? What are you trying to say I did that would surprise him so much? What did you actually say to my man that would make him start to doubt me? Why, Amber? Why would you do all this useless crap on the most important day of Kai's in my life?
This is all happening because of how you played your cards, Sandy. You kept thinking that you had the right to talk horribly about my mom and say that she was causing the two of you embarrassment. But it's because of my mom that you were able to meet such an amazing man as Kai. Because she worked her butt off for us, making sure we turned out as good people. What the hell does it matter to you that we have no father? You have no right to talk about my family like you have been, Sandy. Even if you have a problem with her being a single mother, my brother and I are both so thankful that we were raised by someone as warm-hearted and thoughtful as her.
Who gives a crap about all of that? Right now, things are going downhill for me. If I'm not able to have this wedding with Kai today, what am I going to do? Where the hell has he run off to right now?
Do you even have the ability to listen to what I say to you? I said just a second ago that not only my mom and I, but also Kai have all given up on you and are done here.
What do you mean given up on me and are done here, though?
I'm saying that we cannot forgive you for the way you've talked to us and the way you've acted around Kai. And it seems that he feels the same way and doesn't want to deal with you as his partner anymore.
Hold on. I just heard that Kai is telling everyone here that the wedding is canceled and to pack things up to head home. That has to be a sick joke or something, right?
No, you know very well that he is not the kind of person to joke about something like that, especially when he was so happy to get married today. If he's going around telling everyone that right now, then it's truly happening.
But him and I really did plan on having our wedding today, Amber.
I know that. And everyone else expected you both to have a wedding today as well. But if all your family and friends, as well as the groom, leave the wedding, then there's no way you can carry on with it, right? Unless you're going to have a one-man wedding today.
Why the hell would you say something like that now? How would I ever be able to have a wedding by myself? Why is all this happening to me now? This is all your fault, you jerk!
Huh? This is all my fault now? Why would any of this be because of me, Sandy?
I told you to stay out of all of this and not to get in the way of anything regarding my wedding with Kai today. But since you went ahead and opened your mouth to your brother about what's going on, this all happened. I never actually thought you'd be stupid enough to tell Kai about what I'd said and done.
Huh? You still have no clue what's going on here then?
What do I have no clue about, Amber?
The only thing everyone thought could never happen is the way you acted towards me and my family. You literally took my brother's phone from him without asking and blocked my mom's number on there so that she couldn't try and talk to him anymore. Is that something normal people do to their in-laws?
Well, when you say it like that, you make it seem like I have done something wrong.
That's because you have done something wrong. Plenty of things, actually. I myself am having a very hard time understanding why, after all that's happened, you're still having a hard time understanding why you've been in the wrong. Tell me, why have you done all of this to my mom and want to kick her out of the wedding?
Well, that's because I just don't want her to be here today, and so I want her gone.
Well, that's not giving us a clear reason, though. I want to know why you don't want her here and want her to go home. If your reason for all that is because she's a single mother, then maybe you shouldn't be marrying my brother in the first place. What kind of balls do you have to think that using that as a reason would be a good idea?
Well, listen, if your mom is single and can't find another man to marry, then in the future, Kai and I will have to take care of her when she's old and useless. And since he's the oldest, you won't have to worry about your mom, and all the responsibilities surrounding her will fall on us, right? So I've been trying my hardest to have the two of us cut ties with her sooner rather than later. I just assumed that by forcing her to not come to this wedding, that'd be enough to end things between us.
So your reason for all of this is due to your overbearing selfishness? Well, if that's it, then I guess there's no helping you now. You can talk the rest of this through with my brother.
Wait a second, Amber. If you don't stick around and help me, then my wedding is going to fall apart and I'll lose Kai. You and we're supposed to become sisters, right? Let's you and I grow close to one another and fix all of this. After what's happened to me today, I'll even forget about what I thought regarding your mom and allow her to come watch her son and I get married. And then after that, we can all become one big family, right?
After all you've done to us, you expect something like that to work out for you? No matter how you try and spin things now, we are never going to be your family.
Please do not say things like that right now. You're the only person that can help me right now in getting your brother to come back to me. Right. How about you go ahead and tell him to come back to me, and then after that we can forget any of this ever happened.
How about this, Sandy? How about you just forget about there ever being a chance of you becoming my brother's wife, and then we can end all of this right now. I'm so glad you went crazy just before the wedding, so that we could all see your true colors before the knot was really tied. If you and him really did get married today, then my family's future would have been in real danger. I'm really relieved to see that I won't become your sister-in-law after all. You must really be in a corner right now thinking we can all forget about what you'd done, especially after what you did to my mom.
You really don't have to say things like that right now, Amber.
I believe it was you that really didn't have to say all of the things you said to my family before, but you did anyway. So what happens to you next has nothing to do with me, okay? You can go right along and talk with my brother about that and see where you'll end up.
I'm not even able to get a response from your mom now. I wonder if I can get any of them to come back here. I'm sure if they just listened to my reasoning behind all of this, they'd understand me.
The only reason for all this was you trying to save yourself from having to care for my family in the future. Well, look at that. You won't have to worry about us anymore because none of us plan to talk with you anymore.
But your mom is supposed to be a really kind person, right? She would never say goodbye to me forever over a simple mess-up like this, right?
Well, my mom's saying that she could never see you becoming a part of her family after what happened today.
She said that? That considerate mom would say something like that about me?
Well, weren't you the one that had planned on throwing her away the moment you married my brother? Oh well, I guess. Seems like you're going to be the one getting thrown away now after everyone came around to understand your true intentions. My sincere condolences, Sandy. Really sucks that you were never able to have your special day today. But you are like the devil, so there was no reason for you to have a special day in the first place. Good luck with the next man you plan on roping in. Hopefully he has both a mom and a dad that he was raised by, so you don't have to go through a day like today ever again. In the end, the wedding that had been planned for that day was canceled almost immediately. And of course, the legal marriage that Sandy and Kai had with one another ended up going up in flames. And because of the embarrassment they were forced to endure regarding this event, both of Sandy's parents ended up leaving her to fend for herself and would later cut ties with her. Sandy was then left to pay all the cancellation fees for the wedding, as well as a settlement for what she'd done to Kai's mom. But because she didn't have the money for all of that, she tried to get Amber's help again. However, this time, Amber wasn't going to have any more of Sandy and blocked her within seconds, so that she'd never have to hear or see a word from her again. It really seems fair that after all Sandy had done to Kai's mother and sister, she'd end up with no wedding, no husband, and no parents. She did say she went through all that in order to not have to deal with a single mother-in-law in the future, but nobody's even sure if that was the true reasoning or if this was all done due to Sandy just being a crazy woman.
It's not time for you to be leaving yet.
Well, I've finished up all my work for the day. So what's wrong with me heading out of the office early and going out for my evening? I have plans to go meet with a friend of mine out on the town and everything. Do you want to complain about it or something, Rob?
I don't believe that you are finished with all your work quite yet, though. You've just gone and forced all the other coworkers to take your tasks from you. And because of that, a lot of them are thinking that they'll have to stay late again and put in more overtime.
Oh, are you going to try and preach to me about things this time?
No. This isn't me preaching to you about anything, actually. It's just that, well, you have everyone pretty upset over the fact that you're never actually doing any of your own work.
I see. So everyone is going ahead and talking behind my back about me now? That's a little bit of a shock to me, considering I thought all of us were just so close to one another here. I think I'm going to have to bring this up with my dad now. I'll let him know that I'm being picked on by everyone in this whole department.
No, you really don't have to tell your dad about any of this. We are not trying to pick on you in any way. Rather, it seems to be the opposite way around here. None of us are wanting to do anything to make you feel bad in any way. We just have some concerns about you, is all.
So you're telling me that people are not actually talking about me poorly behind my back?
Nobody is talking about you at all in that way, to be fair. None of us have ever been doing that, because we all know to come talk directly to you if we have serious problems. However, I think that time has started to come, hence me talking with you about it right now. You always seem to want to show up to the office whenever you want, and then go home whenever you want. And while in the office, you'll have everyone else in this department do your work for you, as you sit there at your desk, looking at your phone. We are not saying rumors or anything like that behind your back, because we are all way too busy to do so, with all your work being left behind.
Oh? So that's how all of you have thought of me this whole time? Well, to spare everyone else the might of my father, I'll only be telling him that you have been saying bad things about me in the office. I'm sure that my dad will become very upset by something like that. He might even have you fired soon.
I have not been saying anything bad about you, though. I'm just telling you what all of us think about you, and everything has been true thus far. I just want you to know that it'd be best if you started to do your own work from now on, and act a little more serious about your job here.
What? Now you're mad at me? Oh, I'm so scared. I've gone ahead and screenshotted all of these messages you've been sending to me, so you'd better start packing your things up and get ready to go.
Go right ahead and show him. I'm sure that after seeing how this conversation has gone down, he'll understand things a lot better and act upon them.
You think so? Well then, let's both be prepared then. But just know that it's not me who's going to be fired for this one.
Hey, are you Rob from the General Affairs Department here?
Yes, that would be me. And who am I speaking to at the moment?
So that must mean you're the one that went out of line and started talking down to the daughter of the executive director. Since you appear to not know a thing about the politics within this company, I'm going to have you moved out to the middle of nowhere to work.
Are you really sure about that?
I want you out of this office right now!
Excuse me, David, but from what she told me, your daughter had shown you those screenshots of the texts that had happened between her and me, correct?
She sure did show me! And I'm not letting some kind of complete stranger like you go and preach like that to my daughter all the time!
No. If you had seen the conversation we'd had, then you'd know that what your daughter has been up to is not okay. I'm not the kind of man that really likes to preach at all to others about how to do their jobs and such. And that's why this time, I chose to just text her about it, so that it would all be in a much more lighthearted fashion.
There is nothing wrong with my daughter! And even if she was causing problems for anyone in the company, you were all to look away from it and mind your own business!
What? Did you not hear about how she's been pushing all her work off onto other coworkers, and then leaving the office to go home whenever she pleases? This is not the kind of situation where all of us can just ignore what she's doing. And the worst part of all this is that she doesn't seem to understand that what she's doing is wrong. She's not even willing to own up to it in any way.
Stop lying to me! My daughter is a perfect and kind little girl. I've heard enough from you now, so get all your things off your desk and leave this office. I'm going to make you head to that small little office out in the middle of the countryside.
You're going to have me move to another office all because of this? I think you are best to start thinking with your head on straight, David. The only reason your daughter was even hired into this company is because she's related to you. And now she's going around threatening other coworkers with being fired by her dad. As a working adult, does that not make you or her embarrassed by you guys' actions at all?
You... Did you know that recently this company has been experiencing a lot of theft of materials from within its offices?
I know about that. I was the one that started to make those posters all over the building, warning people to be more careful with their things to avoid them being taken.
The man behind all that theft, it's you, right?
Huh? What are you even talking about?
That's the reason I'm having you moved out to that smaller office in the middle of nowhere, and your pay cut. I'm going to tell the company president that right now. I'm not going to tell him a thing about how you went against me and started to make nasty comments towards my daughter and then preach to her about her job.
Do you even have evidence of me stealing things from this office?
Well, I do happen to have some evidence, actually. I had a camera placed in the break room, where I was able to see every corner of it from. And I just happened to catch loads of videos of you taking things that are not yours!
You put up a camera in the break room? You do realize that the break rooms are separated between genders for a reason, right? There are shower rooms and everything in there, so that could be a huge problem for you, having put up a camera in there to watch over everyone. But anyway, I have not been the one doing any of that stealing. Could you show me those videos that you've recorded of me?
No way! There happen to be things of it of other employees in this company, and I'd like to keep all that private, of course. So I'm having the videos edited right now to remove all the people who have nothing to do with your crimes. But just know that you are in all of the videos, clearly. I know for a fact, because I remember every instance of you stealing things.
This is my first time ever running into someone as awful as you. Are you not embarrassed by the things you are doing right now?
You, even after all of this that I told you about, you still have the drive to want to fight back? You already know you're finished, so all of this fighting from you is useless, and you're making yourself look like even more of an idiot. Go and clean off your desk right now, and then leave this office before this day is over. Understood?
Understood. Are you sure you don't want to talk with the company president about all this before I leave?
Ha! The company president doesn't need to hear from me about how I'm having some low-level employee like you transferred to a worse office with worse pay.
Is that so? Well, alright then.
Get out of here, now! It's too bad for you that you had to be born with only half a brain!
Hey, I heard from my dad about everything, you know. He asked for you to get all your things together and get out of the office building. This must have really opened your eyes to reality, right? You are a complete disgrace to this company.
I know. Once I finished up my work for the day, I'm getting all my things together and leaving.
To be honest, I was hoping he would just fire you on the spot, but my dad is a very nice man, so he let you off the hook by having you move to that crappy and old office building. You should be thankful that he didn't take things any further with you.
If anything, I feel sorry that a company like this had to hire such a man as him. I suppose it was kind of him to only have me move to a different office, out of his sight. I'll enjoy a new place of work now, and hopefully, everyone there is a lot better behaved. I've become tired of having to care for the child that was only hired because of her connection to her dad after all.
Such a pile of crap you are, but since you're going to be moving far away from here, I'll forgive you for that one. Good luck with life out there in the middle of nowhere. I hope your life as a thief can be longer lived over in that office.
I am not a thief, and I haven't been stealing anything from this office.
Right? Lie all you want. You even stole my purse, right?
Huh? What are you trying to bring up this time?
I had my purse stolen by you even. I saw it with my own two eyes, actually. I'll let my dad know about that before he leaves the office today.
When did I steal that purse of yours from you?
It doesn't really matter when it happened, right? I saw it with my own eyes, so that's all that matters.
If you saw it with your own two eyes, then you tell me the time and place it happened at. If you really happen to see me stealing your purse in person, then you should know what day and time it took place.
It happened this week, on Monday, at 4:30 in the afternoon. At that moment in time, you came over to my desk and took my purse from me while I was standing down the hallway. And that's when I saw you running off with it. I was on my way back from the toilet and everything. You really are the worst kind of man.
4:30 in the afternoon, huh? That's a very particular time for you to be able to remember that happening at.
Well, of course it is. I have a picture as evidence that I took of it happening, and it says the time it was taken in the picture's info. It says it clear as day, so there's no mistaking it now. You're not going to be able to talk your way out of this one, you thief.
A picture, huh? You're going to find that a lie like that won't be getting you very far. But go ahead, and do whatever you want.
I'm going to do what I'd like. I hope you find life hard at the other office when everyone there knows you as the corporate thief.
Hey, Rob. Tell me what kind of relationship you have with the company president?
Excuse me? Why do you want to hear that from me all of a sudden?
Right now, he's running all over the office building after coming back from that overseas trip he took, and he's yelling that he's looking for his grandson. Are you really the grandson of the company president?
Well, yes, I am. And what does that have to do with anything?
Why did you never tell me about any of that sooner?
Well, had I told everyone that I'm the grandson of the company president, everyone in the company would start to treat me way too kindly, right? So I've kept that a secret this whole time, in order to keep balance and equality here. And luckily, our last names are different from one another, so nobody would have even been able to tell.
So you really are his grandson? So you really are related to the freaking company president?
Well, that's what I'm saying now.
All right. I'd like you to come back to this office building at once and return to your desk.
Huh?
You don't have to put in any more time over at that crappy office. Come back here and return to your previous job. You should be able to make it back here before lunch, right?
What are you going on about right now, David? You told me yourself before I left that place that I was never to leave this smaller office ever again, and that I'd be working here for the rest of my life, right?
Well, things have changed drastically.
When you say things have changed, is that because I'm the grandson of the company president? I do not want to be treated special because of my connection to him. I like to work with my own strength here, and that means I don't have anything to do with my grandpa.
No, that's not what all of this is about. Now just hurry up and get back in here. I do not want this turning into any more of a problem than it already is. I'll go talk with the company president right now and try to calm him down for you.
I'm sorry, but I'm not coming back. I happen to have a lot of work that needs to get done over at this office now.
You are being a real pain in the butt for me now. Do you have any idea what'll happen if the company president catches on to what's happened?
I don't care what happens. You're the executive director, so that's going to be your problem, not mine. But of course, he's going to be pissed with what you've done. He happens to hate when things don't happen according to plan, especially when it has to do with one of the higher-ups in the company.
I can see that you think you're all special now. This is your last chance. Are you really sure you don't want to come back to this office and make things right for everyone?
Even if I wanted to come back, I can't do it today. I happen to have a lot of work that needs to get done, and I'm not going back until it's all handled.
For fuck's sake!
David, it appears that you were contacted by the company president. You told him that you had found me to be the one who stole your daughter's purse, and that's why you had me kicked out of that office and moved out here.
I did tell him that, because it's the truth. The fact that you had the nerve to steal my daughter's purse. I even gave you a chance to come back after kicking you out, but you said no to it. So this will all be your fault now.
But you didn't have any evidence of me being the one to steal it, right? I don't think that it was the most brilliant idea trying to paint me as the thief, all just to have a reason to kick me out of there.
Are you trying to smart-mouth me now? You're a freaking idiot, Rob. Alyssa happened to see you do it with her own eyes, and that's enough evidence for me. Also, with the camera I placed in the men's break room, I was able to catch you on it stealing it, and I know for a fact that's you.
Then could you please tell me when it was that I was in the break room, stealing things? You happen to have video evidence of it, correct? That should mean that the time and everything of the incident are on that video recording as well.
I have the time. This Monday, at 4:30 in the afternoon. The time of all this happening is in the bottom left corner of the video, so there's no mistaking it now. You went into the break room while everyone else was just leaving to get back to work, and you started sifting through people's bags and jackets. You thought that was the perfect chance to get away with it all, right?
I see. Then this means that at 4:30 in the Monday of this week, I was in the men's break room, right? There are no mistakes with any of that information, right?
Right. That's all correct. No mistakes. I can show you the timestamp and everything on the video recording later if you want. But it seems that your plan to steal everyone's things was never going to work out for you, huh? If you really want to think that this video is edited in some way, to make you look as though you stole those things, remember that I was in the group of men walking out of here, and I did not see you leaving the break room. So you were definitely behind all of this.
I'm sorry to have to ask you this, but did you talk with Alyssa at all about the time that video recording of me stealing things from the break room took place?
Huh? Why are you asking me that?
Well, it just seems to me that there's something not quite right with all of this. From what Alyssa was telling me about me stealing her purse, she said it took place at 4:30 in the afternoon, on Monday. That's apparently when I went to her desk and stole her purse.
Huh?
And if you think that I'm mistaken, she told me she took a picture of me stealing her purse and all, and the time on it says 4:30. But even with that detail, you are telling me that at that time, I was in the men's break room stealing from them? How was I in two completely different parts of the office building at the same time?
What? Wait a moment. I'm going to have a talk with her.
Sure, go right ahead.
Hey, Alyssa! Why did you not explain things to Rob like we both discussed? I told you that at 4:30, I'd be saying he was in the men's break room stealing things, right?
Huh? No, I thought that we agreed that at that time he was going to be in my office stealing my purse off my desk.
I never agreed to you saying he was stealing your purse at that time?
This is your fault this time, Dad. Why are you going to try and blame me for you not telling him the right times we'd planned on? You were the one that messed up this time. You told me that we'd be able to do all of this easily and make him look like the thief so that we could get him out of this office without being caught.
And that's still the plan. I've been trying to help you get rid of him by painting him as the thief.
You are not helping me out, though. You totally forgot about the times we had agreed on.
But I explained to you before about how I have him recorded on the camera I placed in the men's break room and everything, right?
I never heard about all that from you. Are you kidding me? What are you doing? The only time we weren't going to have an alibi from the other members of this department was during the time I was with Rob, right? And that all took place at 4:30, so you were supposed to give a time besides that. Now, when they're questioning me on why he was in two different locations at 4:30, they're going to find a hole in our lies and blame me.
You'll be all right. They haven't started looking for anyone just yet who is behind this. And they haven't even began asking for all the evidence we have. Now, for the time being, leave all of this up to me. And just stand by and wait for me to be finished with it. Okay?
Huh? Are you trying to say that I'm getting in your way now?
Well, wait, that's not what I said!
Telling your own daughter to sit one out while you go and handle everything alone is the worst. Whatever, I don't care what happens to you now.
Alyssa!
Hey, you happen to be the grandson of the company president, right? I don't happen to have the phone number of the company president on me, so I'm going to tell you this so that you can tell him. The man that's been behind all of the theft within the company is my dad, David.
Excuse me? What do you mean by that?
I just told you what I mean. The man that's been going around stealing everything here is the executive director, my dad.
But you were saying before that you saw me with your own eyes, stealing your purse out of your office, right? You're starting to contradict what you've said before now.
I happened to make a mistake then. You and my dad happen to look very similar after all. Anyway, I want you to tell the company president everything I just said to you. Understood?
I do not want to become involved in whatever fight you're having with your father at the moment. And really, you don't have to worry about what's been going on in the company anymore, because the two of you will be getting fired here shortly. So maybe it's best you both just forget about whatever plan you made to have a reason for me being kicked out of that office, and just make up.
Huh? Why do I have to be fired as well?
Well, that's because you've been the one going around the office building stealing people's things from them.
Huh?
Let me tell you right now. Everyone here has seen you stealing things off their desks and out of their bags. That's why during these past few days, I've been going around gathering evidence of it and making an investigation. You did know that there are security cameras all over the office building's interior, right? Besides the break rooms, of course.
Security cameras? There are security cameras all over this office building's interior?
Yes, of course. And your father, the one who is the executive director for that office building, should have been aware of that as well. And well, on multiple of those cameras, we have video evidence of you stealing. And of course, the company president has watched through all of the recordings.
Lies. These are lies, right?
None of this is a lie. You're most likely going to be sued by multiple different people for this now. So I suggest you find yourself a really good lawyer. But if you don't want that, then maybe you need to start giving everything you've stolen back to the victims.
Well, it's not a problem for me. I still have my dad around to help me out of this.
Interesting. You were just going on about how he's been the one behind all of this. And now you want his help defending you?
My dad is a very kind man, so he'll forgive me for this. What? He's not answering his phone. What's going on here?
Did he go ahead and send you straight to voicemail or something? I'm sorry, but the company president has already gone and dealt with your father.
What do you mean? Then what am I going to do about this?
Well, now that your father, whose position you abused, is no longer around, there's nothing you can do. I think the first thing you can try doing is going up to everyone you stole from and try apologizing to them.
Shut up! I'm going to go and find my dad right now.
Rob, I'm so sorry about so many things. Out of my own selfish anger, I had you relocated to another office building and your pay reduced. And I also tried to paint you as the thief.
That's right. And these apologies from you are well deserved. But being moved to another office building isn't that much of a problem for me. Everyone that's working out at this location are very nice people. And they've all been teaching me all sorts of things that even I never knew about the company. And the best part of all out here is there is nobody like your daughter here who is brought into the company because they're family and never get any work done.
I can't really say anything to that now.
I know that. Now, is that all you have to say? You're not going to ask me to say anything to my grandpa as a way of having him pardon you or anything?
No. This was just meant to be me apologizing to you. I'm going to be leaving this company now. And on my way out, I'm going to apologize to every single person here for what I've done.
Well, if that's how you're handling things now, then that must mean the company president towards you pretty well, right?
I understand completely now why he was that mad with me. He was not going to take any of my crap from me, and he made that very clear. Just a bit ago, Alyssa ran into the room while he was yelling at me, and after he asked for me to leave his office, I could hear him tearing her a new one from the other side of the door. And when everything went quiet, the door opened, and she walked out looking like a zombie. That's the first time I've ever seen anything like that.
Not even I'm able to picture how upset my grandpa must have been with you both. And I happen to be his family. At home, he's yelled at my mom and dad all the time, but never in a way that zombified them. But of course, I am his grandson, and he'd never ever want to yell at me about anything at home. However, that doesn't mean he wouldn't yell at me like that when I'm one of his employees, and I've screwed up as bad as your daughter and you have.
Well, anyway, know that I really am sorry about what happened. I promise that my daughter and I will never show up to this company again. That is a promise. Okay?
Alright. Please do that. This company was made by my grandpa, and to me, it's a very important place. And so, having two people as selfish and crazy as you around here will not be tolerated ever again. And I'll make sure of it. Goodbye. After that, both David and his daughter Alyssa were fired from the company and kicked out of the office building. When it came to the money that Alyssa had to pay all of the victims, she never bothered to acknowledge any of it, and asked her father to pay it all instead. But her father had realized he was no longer going to spoil his daughter, and he said no when she came and asked for his help. In the end, she had to end up borrowing a lot of money to pay all the victims, and is now facing a lot of debt that she'll need to pay off somehow. After seeing the company president so angry at them, neither one of them wanted to work corporate anymore, and things between them really started to become distant. David started to seclude himself inside his house for a long time, never coming out to do anything in fear of seeing employees from the company. And Alyssa has started to work during the nighttime, working jobs that most women her age would be too afraid of. The company president went ahead and apologized for never noticing something as bad as what happened going on inside his company a few days after firing David and Alyssa. He then followed that by saying he'd start to build a much closer and tighter workplace, where everyone could speak up about things without fear of there being a higher-up that would attack them. A few weeks after that, everyone in the office began to notice how much more relaxing work could be when that father and daughter duo were no longer around. My grandpa later asked me if I wanted to come back to the head office and work there again. But after what had happened, everyone there knew I was his grandson, and so I had to say no. I'd much rather work out in the countryside anyway, where people don't know my connections to the company president, and where everyone is just nicer to me. I told my grandpa that I want to work in a place where I'm not treated any better due to my connections, and that I wanted to keep working hard, so that I may one day be in his position as company president.
Hey Renee, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that as of next week, my mom is going to come here and start to live with us. So I want you to clean up a spare room and get it ready to live in because that is where mom is going to be staying.
Wait, what? Your mom is going to be coming here to live with us starting next week, and you want me to get a room ready for her before then? I really don't think that's going to work, Tim. I mean, we've already talked about your mom coming to live with us, and I thought we agreed that it just wasn't a good idea. Besides, the both of us work full-time. I thought we agreed we wouldn't have time to take care of one of our parents if they did want to come and live with us.
Excuse me? Just who do you think you are? Don't you realize that I'm the husband and you're the wife? Are you really trying to disobey me right now? Just who in the world do you think you are?
Tim, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to disobey or argue with you. I just thought that this was something that you and I had already talked about.
If you're not immediately agreeing to what I tell you to do, then that's basically the same as disobeying me. You really need to learn your place and listen to your husband. If you ever try and pull something like that again, don't think for a second that I won't divorce you.
Tim, you can't be serious. Don't you think that's just a bit too far for this?
Did you really already forget, Renee? I can't believe you don't remember that I already have everything in place to make that happen right away. Basically, if I wanted to, I can make it so that the two of us are divorced right away. And then I won't need to worry about taking care of such a useless woman like yourself. You should be grateful that I even told you that my mom was coming and didn't just let her show up unannounced. Now you're going to do as I say and go and prepare a room for my mom. And I don't want to hear another word or complaint from you about it. Hey Renee, what the heck is the matter with you? I thought I told you that I wanted that spare room cleaned up. Why is it still a complete mess, huh?
Tim, I don't know what more you think I can do with that room. I mean, we had been using it as storage for so long. I don't think that I'm going to be able to move all of the things that we were keeping there all by myself.
Well, you better, or else there are going to be some serious consequences. Besides, don't you want to be a good host for your mother-in-law? Don't you know that she raised me all by herself into the man that I am today? So I'm not going to sit here and stand by while you make my mom live in a hovel like this.
Tim, you know that I really admire your mom for how much she was able to accomplish all by herself. But it's just that there's too much stuff in that room.
I just had it with you. You really are a completely useless woman and wife. Do you know that? My mom was also thinking about what was best for me, and she always gave her all when it came to raising me. She knew how to take care of a house much better than you did, and she had kids to worry about it.
You're right, Tim. I'm sorry. I guess I've just been making excuses without even realizing it.
Well, I have been realizing it the whole time. But don't you realize that if my mom doesn't come here to live with us, then she'll be all alone? That's why we have to make sure that everything is perfect for her when she gets here. I know how lonely she's been feeling, and I don't want to make her think that we don't want her here.
Well, I don't want her to feel like that either, but this room is just too much for me to do all by myself.
So now you're telling me that you don't want my mom to come up here and live with us after all? I guess I should just tell my mom that she can't come after all because you hate her. Just kidding. If you ever actually try to push back against this, you know that I would just divorce you anyways. But if I can be honest, I think you're the one that deserves to be alone, not Mom.
But, Tim, you know that I own this house, don't you?
What in the world are you talking about? What does that even have to do with anything?
Well, I just mean that the lease that is letting us live here in the house is under my name. You know that, right?
Is that supposed to be some kind of joke or something? What's the matter with you?
What do you mean, what's the matter with me? I'm not sure what you mean by that.
I mean that I know for a fact that you're lying to me right now, aren't you?
Wait, you think that I'm lying about the house? Of course I'm not lying about the house. Why would I even do that?
You really have hit a new low if you think you're just going to get away with flat out lying to your own husband like that. I mean, do you think I'm an idiot or something? Do you really think I was just going to fall for that? This is basically the same as you disobeying me. You realize that? The only thing that you should be doing is being a meek and submissive wife who stands next to me and looks pretty. That's all I ever wanted out of a wife. But instead, I had to be cursed with a no good, useless woman like you. You're always so worried about yourself and complaining about your own problems. Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but the world doesn't revolve around you. You really need to wake up and realize that other people matter too.
Hello, Brenda. Do you have a moment to talk? I promise that I won't take long. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I haven't been a better daughter-in-law, and I'm sorry that I haven't been following through on my duties. I know that you aren't going to like to hear what I have to say next, but I think that from a financial standpoint and from just a making it work standpoint, you aren't going to be able to move in with Tim and I. So I'm really sorry to ask, but if you could please just talk to Tim about this and convince him that it isn't going to work, that would mean so much to me.
Renee, what is all this? What are you talking about all of a sudden? You don't really think that you're a bad daughter-in-law, do you? Did my son go running his mouth at you again? I swear that boy has no manners.
Well, actually, Tim told me that if I didn't let you live with us, that he would leave me.
He said what? Has that boy lost his mind? What is the matter with him? Honestly, just where does he get off? I am so sorry that my idiot son has been putting you through so much.
It's fine. After all, if he says it, then he must mean it. But I know that it's all true anyways. I know that I'm a weak link who could never survive on her own. The only thing I'm good at is letting people down and getting in their way. I don't even know why Tim is still with me, to be honest. After all, I'm just so useless. I can't do anything right at all, and I just don't deserve a man like him.
Renee, you stop that right now. I want you to know that you have done nothing wrong at all, and you shouldn't be talking about yourself like that.
Brenda? You aren't mad at me? You aren't agreeing with everything Tim has said about me.
What are you talking about? Of course I don't agree with a word that Tim has said about you. It sounds to me like he's the one making ridiculous demands of you. But that shouldn't be what a marriage is about. A marriage should be an equal partnership between the married couple. If one person is putting the other down or not treating them with respect, well, I just see why you're so upset and unhappy with yourself. But I want you to know that if Tim is saying all of this to you, that it isn't something you've done as a wife. It's something I failed to do as a mother.
No, Brenda, this isn't your fault at all. Please don't think that. I'm sure that you were a great mother who did all that she could.
Renee, you really are such a sweet girl. Do you know that? Especially for how patient you've been in putting up with Tim.
What do you mean by that? Do you really think that way about me?
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just not as good with my words after having lived alone for so long. But the point that I'm trying to make is that I don't think you're bad. And I certainly don't want you to think that you're the bad person in this in any way, okay?
Brenda, thank you so much for telling me that. You have no idea how much I needed to hear that.
Of course. I only say it because it's true after all. But now I feel like I just have to do something to help you.
Help me? What do you think you could do?
Well, I think now that I understand a bit more about the kinds of things that you've been going through at home, I want you to know that you always have someone to talk. Even if you feel like you can't talk to Tim about these things, you don't have to hold all that in sadness. But more than that, if my son is treating you this way and you really don't even think you can talk to him about it, then I'm just not sure that a boy like Tim deserves a girl like you.
Brenda, but then that means... Are you really saying what I think you're saying?
I'm not saying anything. But I want you to know that no matter what happens, I'm going to have your side. You can count on me. So I want you to think about the best way forward for you, and just know that if there is any way I can help you, I will be more than happy to do whatever you need me to.
You really mean that? You don't mind if I do what I think I need to do?
Of course not. And if you ever need someone to talk to about what's on your mind or what you're thinking about, you can always come to me.
Thank you. I just hope that I'm strong enough to do what needs to be done.
Hey, Renee, are you seriously ignoring me right now? What is your deal? Don't you know that you should be getting back to your husband as soon as you've gotten messages from him? You better get back to me right now or else I really will divorce you. This is not a joke. I'm very serious about this. I can't believe that you're making me wait this long just to talk to you. Don't you realize that this counts as disobeying me? Do you really want me to divorce you?
Tim, please. Can you just stop this? I am your wife. I'm not your maid, I'm your partner. I really don't think that this is how a marriage should work at all. I mean, we're married. That means that we're family now.
What? Have you hit your head or something? Being a husband and wife only means anything if we're both doing our proper jobs. And you have been a complete failure of a wife. You don't listen to anything that I say at all, and you made me wait this long just to get a response from you. I know that you're probably always lying to me and finding ways to get out of your responsibilities to me and the house. So why don't you clean up your act before demanding things of me, huh?
Tim, please. You don't have to be like this. We don't have to be like this.
Maybe if you made more money than me, we might be able to have a conversation, but you don't. And if you have some complaint you want to give me, then you can just save it. I'd rather just divorce you and get this all over with. But I know that you're too weak and helpless to ever let me really get to that point, aren't you?
Okay, Tim, if that's really what you want. If you want me to make changes around here, then let's get a divorce.
Wait, what? Are you serious? You really want to get a divorce?
I can't even talk to you. You never even let me get a word in edgewise. What's the point of staying in this marriage if this is the way that I'm going to be treated? If we can't even have a conversation with each other?
Well, of course I'm going to treat you this way when all you do is whine about how sad and pathetic you are. You really think I want to have a conversation with somebody like you? And just what you think you're going to do with your life after you leave me, huh? You think you can live without me? You'll be crying and begging for help in no time.
I really think that the only one of us who will be doing something like that will be you.
Yeah, we'll just see about that, won't we? Hey, Renee, just where the heck do you think you're wandering off to? Why haven't you come back home yet? Don't you know you need to be here cooking dinner for me? I haven't eaten anything all day, and none of the laundry is done either. Plus, the house is a total mess. It's like you haven't been doing anything around the house at all.
It's because I'm not. And it's because I'm not going to be cleaning up after you ever again. I am not your slave!
And just where's this attitude coming from all of a sudden, huh? You really must want me to divorce you if that's the way you're going to be talking to me. Don't you remember that I have those signed divorce papers ready to be sent out whenever I want? You better watch how you talk to me, because the moment I send those out, you'll be on the street with nowhere to live. But don't worry, luckily for you, I'm a nice guy. So if you come home now and beg for my forgiveness on your hands and knees, I'll think about letting you off the hook this time.
It's too late. I've already sent out those divorce papers that you had.
Wait, what? What do you mean? You aren't really serious, aren't you?
Of course I am. And then I put today's date by both our signatures and had them filed.
But why did you even have those in the first place? I kept them locked away in my safe in the office.
Oh, I know where you were hiding them from me, Tim. But you made the combination to that safe your mom's birthday. After all, we all know just how much you love your mom. But that was your downfall, and that's how I got into the safe.
So you broke into the safe and then took out those papers and sent them off to be filed? Have you lost your mind? Why in the world would you do something like that?
Well, I'll let you know that I didn't do it alone. I had help. In fact, they agreed to help me specifically because it's you that I was dealing with.
Well, whatever. I don't care how you did it. But I'll just invite my mom to come and live with me and make her do all the cleaning around here. That way, I can put time into thinking about how I can get back at you for this. I won't let you get away that easily. You regret this, Renee.
The only one who is going to be doing any regretting is you, Tim.
You evil, awful woman. What have you done? What's the meaning of this?
What are you talking about, Tim? I'm sure that I have no idea in the slightest.
Don't you play dumb with me. I want to know what this letter in the mail is all about. It's from some guy who said that he's your lawyer and that you're suing me? What are you doing that for? I didn't even do anything wrong. And why in the world do you have a lawyer?
Actually, it was your mom who introduced me to that lawyer. Wouldn't you know it? But your mom has some experience with divorce as well. So, she connected to the same lawyer that she went through. Now you are going to pay me what you owe me, and then you are going to leave my house.
Don't you dare go trying to pin all this on my mom. How dare you even joke about that? But I'm afraid that the one who will be forced to move out is you.
No. You're the one who's going to have to move out, Tim. I'm sure of that. After all, the house is under my name.
There you go again with your crazy story of yours.
It isn't a crazy story. I was the one who bought the house when we moved here. You told me that you couldn't be bothered with the paperwork and told me to do it all. So while I was filling out all the paperwork, I signed the house under my name. Actually, that one was also your mom's idea.
What were you thinking? You should have told me about that part. Of course I would have signed any name. And just why are you talking about my mom anyways?
Well, because your mom had gone through this before. And she was the one who put up most of the money for the house. So, when she told me what to do, I listened. It was only later that she told me it's a kind of insurance in case we got divorced. She explained how it would protect me from getting kicked out of the house. But if you really think I'm making this all up, then you go check the file cabinet in your office.
I don't care what you say. I know that this house is mine and nothing is going to change that. I don't know what my mom has been telling you, but clearly you've been taking her advice the completely wrong way.
I really don't think that's what's going on here at all, Tim.
Yes, it is, and I know it. My mom would never betray me. I know that she'll always have my back. Mom, are you there? We have to talk right now. This is really serious. Renee is saying some seriously crazy things, and I just don't know what to think anymore. But all I know is that that woman is nuts, and we have to get rid of her. She's saying all kinds of things about how you're helping her try to divorce me, but that's not true, right? You're always on my side, aren't you? I mean, I'm your son. There's no way that you would take her side over your own son, right?
You may be my son, but that does not mean that you aren't also one of the most ridiculous people I've ever known.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that I heard all about what's been going on from Renee. About how you've been ordering her around like some kind of maid. But you forgot that she was the one who owns the house. You pushed your wife to the point of leaving you, and now you've got nothing.
No, you don't get it. Renee was also happy to help. That's why I would give her things to do. She wanted to do what I say.
Oh, give me a break. Do you really think that? You need to wake up. You're in denial right now, Tim. You have been nothing but a horrible bully to your wife, who had been nothing but kind and patient with you. I don't know what happened to make you be like this, but I can't help feel at fault, and you make me ashamed.
Mom, what are you talking about? I was just trying to be a good husband. And a good husband tells his wife what to do, right? Besides, it wasn't like she even did a good job with the cooking and cleaning.
Do you really think that it's only the women who should have to cook and clean their own house? I'm your mother, and even that's too old-fashioned for me. You know, you're just like your father. He did the exact same thing.
Wait, Dad also never did anything around the house?
That's right. And I didn't want to speak badly about either of you, so I've kept silent for this long. But you are both horrible, overbearing bullies. You both have got no respect for your wives, and you're completely pig-headed.
So then, you're telling me that you're really going to pick this other woman over your own son? We're blood relatives, Mom.
Are you sure about that, Tim? Are you really sure about that?
What is that supposed to mean? What do you mean I'm sure about that? Of course I'm sure about that.
Think of all the things that you've done for me, and think of the nothing that you've given back to Renee for all that she does for you. On Mother's Day, you bring me flowers. For my birthday, you've gotten me vouchers for a spa. But you know what's something that none of your gifts have come with? A phone call. Even a letter. They were only ever just things.
Mom, please. You have to know how busy I am all of the time here.
It's not just that. When I would invite you two out to eat with me, you would always turn me down, and it would just be Renee and I. I would tell her that I'm sorry she ended up going out with just her mother-in-law, but we really got close over that time. In the end, I probably came to care for her more than you did.
And so what? Is that the reason why you're going to choose Renee over me, your own son? I still think that's just ridiculous.
If you still really think that, then I wonder if you've been reading a single word of these messages. But if there's one thing you're good at, it's not listening. When you came to me asking if I'd like to live with the two of you, I turned you down and said that I didn't want to be a burden. But then you turned around and put all the housework on Renee. When I saw and heard about the way that you were treating her, I remember a chill running up my spine. It was all because of how much you reminded me of your father. And do you remember how him and I ended up?
But Renee and I talked about it. I was able to convince her to let you come and live with us.
Tim, I already told you that I didn't want to. Besides, I talked to Renee about this too, and she told me about how you completely ignored her opinion on the matter. I am just so disappointed in you, Tim. And that's why you leave me with no choice. I just have to cut you out of my life. I can't be around you anymore. You are no longer my son. Instead, I'm going to take care of Renee and make sure that she doesn't have to go through what I did.
Hold on a second, Mom. This is nuts. I mean, you're really going to abandon your son for his wife? How can you do this to me?
I'm not abandoning you because I was never on your side to begin with, Tim.
What do you mean? Why would you say something like that?
Because it's true. I was always only ever concerned about how you'd end up treating Renee. And when she told me all about what you were doing, I knew I had to introduce her to my lawyer.
But Mom, you can't leave me like this. It isn't fair. Please? But Mom, you can't leave me like this. It isn't fair. Please.
Maybe it's time you learn how to take care of yourself for once.
But how am I going to be able to do that when Renee is suing me? I don't even have enough money to hire a lawyer as things are now.
Well, that sounds like a you problem, Tim. But Renee has done more than her fair share of taking care of you, and you have taken advantage of her for the last time.
After that, the divorce was settled and the alimony payments were made. Tim was left without a penny to his name by the time the whole thing was over. After that, he had to pack things and move to a cramped little apartment that he was able to afford. I heard that he got so frustrated with his new living situation and the piling garbage and chores in his room that he began to take out his anger on his colleagues. All that got him in the end was being fired, though. After that happened, I heard that Tim moved again, and I've never heard another word about him since. After divorcing Tim, I was able to focus more on myself and realize just how used to taking his orders I had become. But I guess it isn't until after you've gotten yourself out of a hole that you can really see just how deep it was. Thankfully, I had Brenda by my side to help guide me into the divorced life. It was thanks to her that I never gave up hope about my life after the divorce. In fact, after Tim was out of my life, it was like a great weight had been taken off my shoulders. But I don't think it was only from finally leaving Tim. I think it was also because while I may have lost my husband, I gained a mother in Brenda. I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have someone like Brenda by my side supporting me. In fact, it was only after the divorce was over that Brenda told me all about how she was trying to watch over me. I don't know what I would have done without her there for me.
You useless high school dropout. Riddle me this. When are you actually gonna pack your shit and leave the house, huh? I don't really need you at all anymore. We're done using you. You're used up. Figure it out, man.
Oh my god, Mom, you're gonna start this crap again? I'm in the middle of my job right now. I just started my shift. I really don't want to sit here and listen to you bitch and moan at me while I'm working. I heard enough of that crap and I'm finally home after a 12-hour shift.
What are you talking about? You're a high school dropout. That's what you deserve. So you're telling me that the only thing you can do is talk back to your own parents? Just another thing you fail at?
That's not what I'm talking about, and that's not what's going on right now. Why do you want to make fun of the fact that I'm a high school dropout right now? What do you have to gain from it? I literally dropped out of high school because I had to help you and Dad anyway. It's not like I didn't want to go to school.
Yeah, here we go again with your lies. The only reason that you're a high school dropout is because you're a useless loser. Don't try to shift the blame on your parents. You're just a useless moron who is of no use to society or anyone in it. You're just a trash lowlife.
You really need to cut it out, Mom. You're going way too far. Be honest with me here. You know that I didn't just drop out of high school because I didn't want to go, right? I started working right out of middle school because I had to pay off the loans and debts that you two accrued. You two! My parents. It has nothing to do with my worth.
I don't know what you're talking about at all, silly. Don't be making things up like that. I don't know what you're doing exactly. I heard something about a security guard or something. I don't care. But that job is literally the worst thing you could have possibly done. I mean, how could you possibly be proud of that? You really need to look at how Jerry is living his life. He's a better role model than you'll ever hope to be.
What the hell? Why would you say that it's the worst thing? I've been working hard and tirelessly. And not to mention that almost every penny that I've earned has been sent straight to you and Dad. You really gonna take all that money from me and still say that I'm the absolute worst when my job is giving you that money? I've been doing this for over 10 years, Mom. Over 10 years I've been sending you and Dad money while I worked hard. And yet you still look down on me like that. I'm actually kind of impressed by how much you're able to look down on me.
Jerry has already graduated from his college top of the class and has a top-level firm ready to hire him. He's going to be making bank as soon as he starts. Do you know what that means? It means we don't need you anymore. Put another way, it means you need to pack your stuff and get the hell out of the house. You living here is just a massive waste of electricity and utility bills. You're gonna pay for that too?
You're really going that far? I really feel like I've earned my place. The only reason that he was able to go to college at all is because I was able to earn enough money to support him and you guys while he attended. He's still taking out student loans. He's still taking out student loans, though, because it wasn't enough for him to finish up everything and live. It sounds like he's borrowing from other sources, though, not just legit student loans. That's none of my business, though.
What the hell are you talking about, Russell?
I really hope that he's already returned all of his debt, for his sake and yours. But again, that's none of my business. So he's found a job, huh? I'm glad to hear that. It sounds like things are looking up for him.
Yeah, he really deserves this job. Unlike you, he's elite and is going to work at a corporate firm and make the big money. He's literally everything his dropout older brother never could be. You're just a piece of lint compared to him.
You know, I've always known that you really love Jerry. That really has never surprised me at all, but come on, Mom. You've really got to be less hateful towards me. I worked hard for you and Dad, who, by the way, has disappeared to go get milk about 20 years ago. I did everything in my power to make sure this family stayed fed and relatively happy. I know you're happy that Jerry found a job. I really am happy for him too, Mom. It's not just you. But shouldn't you be at least a little thankful for me, his big brother too? I feel like it's a little bit weird for you to be out to hate me when I've literally supported you two.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I'm really done with this conversation. The point of all of this is that you're done. This is over. I don't need you to be around anymore. Can you please just get the hell out of this house? I really don't need you anymore. I'm going to go ahead and kick you out of the house. We're no longer going to be mom and son. Bye!
Wait, what are you talking about, Mom? We're no longer gonna be mom and son?
I told you that your younger brother found a job, right? They gave him a job offer and everything. I don't need you as a family member anymore. You're all used up. You're old news. Should I keep going? You're just a waste of money at this point. A money sink. I need you to get the hell out. Right now, I don't care what happens to you. The low life with a shit job. You might as well lose your job and become some hobo under a bridge or something. I wouldn't care. I'm definitely not going to help you out. We're going to cut ties and pretend we never existed to each other. You're no one to me. And don't even think about coming back to me to ask for money. It's useless. You won't get a single penny out of me, you leech.
What are you talking about? I would never want to ask you for money, Mom. I've never felt entitled to any of your money. You're gonna cut ties with me as soon as Jerry got a job offer? Seriously, Mom? After everything I've done for you? Are you losing it, Mom? Actually, how can you even be like that towards your own son, Mom? You must be out of your mind.
What? How am I out of my mind? As soon as the younger brother, who's now destined to become an elite corporate member. We don't need the low-life older brother. Can anyone say scum? Don't ever interact with your brother or myself, okay? We don't need you anymore.
I actually pity you, Mom. I have no words for you. I can't believe that you'd cut me away like nothing ever happened after all that I've done for you and him. I'm not gonna put up with this anymore. You're not worth it.
Just make sure you pack your shit and leave ASAP, okay?
Look, right now I'm working, like I said earlier. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna do something productive with my life, okay? I heard you found a job, bro. Why didn't you tell me? It's a big-time corporate job too, right? Congratulations, you must have worked hard. Oh, that old bitch was talking about it. Sorry that I'm the only one that's able to be elite and you're just some low-life scum. Whatever. Are you sure you're able to pay back all your loans? I don't really care for any of the small talk coming from you. You've loaned some from me and had me take out some loans too, so you better make sure you pay everything back to me. Okay, I'm working for a huge corporation, so I won't be breaking a sweat along the way. But I'm not gonna pay off the loans that you took out, bro. You're crazy. What the hell? What are you talking about? You're my brother, right? My dearest and beloved older brother. I don't feel the need to return any money when it's just money that's been lent and moved around within the family. Come on, bro. Don't worry about it. I'll make sure to spend it all very carefully for myself. You can sleep easy at night knowing I'm gonna pocket all of your money. Better stop messing around, Jerry. I'm all out of patience. Do you realize how much I've loaned you over the years? Seriously, it must be in the tens of thousands by now. I've spent a lot of money on your tuition, too. You know, for the college that helped you land that sweet corporate job. I mean, it can't be helped, can it? You're literally useless when it comes to anything else. That's all you're good for. Huh? What do you mean? I'm saying that old hag is right about some things, and one thing she's right about is you and how to treat you. You're not smart, so you've been working as a security guard, right? You're headed straight to the gutters, bro, living amongst the other scum around you. I'm glad that at least I was smart and actually went to college using my brain instead of just dropping out of high school like some loser. No, what you're lucky about is that you were the second child. That's literally the only difference between you and me. When we were born, you had no reason to drop out of high school and go to work because you had your big brother. I actually liked high school too, you realize that? Not like I didn't like going to high school. I mean, that's just how life is sometimes, you know? What can you do about it? You really just pulled the short straw. You should wish for better luck in the next time you're born. I don't have any regrets anymore because I've worked out my demons from the past, but if that's the attitude you want to have, then I also have my own plans too. Don't think that I haven't learned a thing or two. Congratulations on your employment, though. I'm happy for you. I'm never gonna loan you any kind of money from now on, so don't ever come crying back to me for help. Do you understand?
I threw away all of your shit before you came back from your graveyard shift, just so you know. I'm not keeping it in the house.
Wait, what? What the hell?
If it hasn't been taken away by the trash guys yet, maybe you can be lucky and pick it up from the front of the house. But I don't want you to come inside the house anymore. Stay the hell outside of our house. Do you understand? You're not family anymore, you hear? We're strangers now. Hooray!
You being serious right now? This isn't some kind of prank? You took someone's belongings without asking about it and just threw it outside? And to throw it all away?
Of course not. I kept all of the stuff that looks like we would still be able to get some use out of it. You just make sure to take everything I've deemed as trash and useless, including yourself, and get the hell out, okay?
I'm so sick and tired of this. It's gone way too far. Everything I've ever done for you has been for a waste, huh? There was literally no point in me sticking out my head and taking one for the team. I've worked hard and tirelessly, day in and day out, to make sure that this family stays happy. And that's how you just throw me away like nothing ever happened? Like I'm just some garbage to be disposed of?
You're literally some low-life scum who dropped out of middle school. What the hell are you talking about? It's not like you have any rights. Don't worry, your younger brother, who's straight on the path to becoming a corporate elite employee, will be taking great care of me from now on. Can the useless idiot please just disappear for me? I need you to just be out of my life from now on.
That's why you don't thank me at all and just throw away all of my personal belongings? I'm at a loss for words, Ma. You're seriously gonna cut all ties with me, huh? You're being dead serious about us not being family anymore?
Yes. We don't need anyone like you in our family when you're just low-life scum. Don't you understand?
Okay, I understand. I will be doing the same thing then. You will be cut out of my life. I want to make sure that you understand we are strangers now, so we will not be talking to each other at all.
Yes, that's exactly what I want. You finally get it. I'm not going to give you a single penny back. All the money you've ever loaned me will be used for our future.
I don't need any of it back. I didn't plan on asking anyway. But promise me that you'll never ask me for more money either, because I'm not gonna help.
Why would anyone have to rely on you for any kind of help? Thank you so much for working so hard and spending your life against the other low-life scum to pay back our loans and debt. The younger one has finally secured a job, so we don't need you, the low-life security guard, to be around us anymore. Goodbye, shitty ATM.
All right, I'll take my stuff and leave then.
We're done with our family ties, too.
Yeah, sure, whatever, just like you asked. We'll cut our family ties. No more family. Goodbye, lady. You must be so happy that everything worked out in your favor, huh?
What's going on, Russell? When are you going to come back home to the house where your family is? You really should come back soon, shouldn't you? It's been way too long. I think you should come back home. Why are you being so stubborn? I've messaged you so much.
What? What the hell are you talking about, lady?
What do you mean, what the hell am I talking about? We haven't been able to pay off all of our bills recently. There are quite a few bills that need to be paid off. You should be getting pretty bored of running away from your home, right? Just come back already. I'm going to be expecting your return so that you can be paying off all of our bills. Thanks.
Shut the hell up! What are you smoking, lady? Who even are you? I don't know anyone like you.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
We already cut ties, right? I'm pretty sure you wanted to. What did you want from me now? Did you have some kind of goal? I don't have anything left to deal with you. You're just some random lady. I left the house just like you asked me. I didn't even ask to be thrown out. You practically evicted me. I cut ties with you just like you wanted. That is what you wanted, right? I'm not gonna go back to that house, just so you know. There's not a chance in hell.
Wait, hang on though. Can you at least hear me out? I could really use your help. Seriously. We really don't have any money anymore to even survive day to day. I'm really struggling, so I could really use your help ASAP. Just come home quickly, okay?
What? What the hell are you talking about after all of that speech that you gave me? Jerry got employed at his fancy elite corporate job, right? I was just in the way of his success? That's what you told me anyway. I literally just listened to everything you wanted of me. I didn't even want to, but I did it anyway because you asked me not so politely. We cut ties completely. We're strangers now. I have no intention of ever dealing with you at all. I really don't care what you say from here. Nothing you say will make me change my mind. It's a waste of time.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. It's not a waste of time. You know it's not. Jerry was supposed to go to work at this big-time corporate job to be an elite, but then he just left the job and ran away from home, leaving all of his loans and debt behind.
Ran away? What do you mean?
He said that he didn't want to work at some company for so long, and that he wasn't suited to be some kind of corporate slave. He said that he had to go to some kind of game event or something. I don't know. None of it really made sense at all. I didn't even listen after a little while because none of it made any sense. He apparently just left the office one day and never showed up again. He just went AWOL. No one knows where he is or what he's doing. He hasn't come home to our house either. I want to put out a missing persons report, but then he just tells me that he's alive, so he doesn't need to be searched at all. So there's no point in reporting it to the police. Even if I did report him missing, the police wouldn't do anything. They'd just think I'm crazy.
I mean, I would have seen that coming from a mile away. You should have known better than to trust that weasel.
What? What are you talking about?
Jerry is only really good on the surface. He gets along with most people initially, but he's never really interested in working hard or anything like that. He's been spoiled ever since he was young, so he's been spending money like crazy and doesn't know how to save money. That's why he's been running around borrowing money from myself and Lord knows who else. Probably anyone he could borrow from. He put all that money into games and gambling, which are apparently his favorite pastime or hobby. He's got so many loans and debt that he probably is drowning now. Up to his neck in debt, you know what I mean?
I don't know any of what you're talking about. I don't think any of that's true. But what are you talking about anyway? Gambling, loans, debt? Is this the same person?
Oh, someone didn't come by our house to try to get their money back? Some loan sharks or something?
What? What are you talking about?
It sounds like he won't be able to pay it back anyway, so yeah. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be responsible for his debt. I really expected the loan sharks to be showing up at your doorsteps by now.
What? Those people are loan sharks? I didn't know who those people were. I really couldn't believe that Jerry would possibly be taking out loans or something, so I turned them away from the house, but… Wait, so you're telling me that he's seriously taking out that many loans?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm telling you. Even if you turn them away now, they're gonna come every single day until you pay them back what he owes. You know, it actually might be in your best interest to actually do your best to pay them back. I hear they don't like having missing money. Or maybe you can find Jerry somewhere and have him pay them back, so that you don't get beat up or something. I don't really care what happens though. He gets beat up, you get beat up. None of that matters to me at all anyway.
What do you mean it doesn't matter to you at all? You're my son. Of course it matters to you. My physical safety should be relevant to my own son.
Yeah, I used to be your son.
What?
Just because you need help now doesn't mean anything. We've already cut ties, remember? We're strangers now. I've been paying off Jerry's other loans up until about a month ago. I've been working hard for that. I've actually loaned him money on other fronts too, not just there.
You're kidding, right? I didn't know that. Why didn't you just tell me, sweetie?
Yeah, that's because I literally didn't tell you, stupid. I mean, to be fair, it's not like you would have believed me even if I did tell you. You'd probably laugh at me or something. I've never had any kind of financial freedom of any sort up until this point. I've never really had any kind of freedom at all. I wasn't even thanked for all of my hard work. I was suddenly chased out of my own house by my very own mother. That's why I decided that I would continue going forward with my life without having anything to do with you at all.
Nothing to do with me? But we're family. I'm your only mother. That should mean something, right? You can't just up and say that we're strangers and actually cut ties completely with family, right? It's impossible.
Actually, it was a lot easier than I thought.
Huh?
I've already moved to a different state, and I'm not gonna tell you where either. Because it makes no sense to tell a stranger where I'd live. Also, I'm planning on changing my contact information too. You know, cell phone, email, etc. I'm never gonna meet you ever again. You're completely cut out of my life, just like you asked for. Needless to say, everything above applies to Jerry as well.
What are you talking about? Don't be saying such stupid things. Your own flesh and blood are in trouble, and you're sitting there whining. You have an obligation to save us.
Actually, I have something to say to you. I've kept a lot of stuff to myself for a long time. Most of the time, actually. I've just held back. But I've decided that from now on, I'm not gonna hold back. I'm done.
What are you talking about?
I've got a certification in my workplace, top scores too. I didn't tell you, but I've got my GED too. I actually got it a few weeks ago. The other day, I was actually promoted, and I was moved to a new department. That's why I was able to move to a different location.
What? Seriously? I thought you were joking. You're seriously not in the city anymore.
Yeah, so I think we really won't ever see each other again. This is actually perfect for me though. It all works out.
Wait, hang on. Seriously, you're going to give me a headache. Please, don't abandon me like this. I apologize for everything up until this point. I will do better, I promise. Come on, let's move back in together and live like we used to back in the day. We can do this, I swear.
No, we can't really. I've actually already found someone I'm gonna marry, so...
What?
Yeah, so I'm gonna cut ties with idiots like you. You're all just trouble for people around you anyway. I think I've done plenty for you as far as being a good kid, right? I even helped my stupid brother, who's just a two-faced idiot, graduate college. I'm not gonna be able to give you anything beyond this, no matter how much you beg. Alright, you guys, have fun, and good luck on your own.
I'm sorry, I was wrong. Mom was wrong, sweetie, I swear. I want you to come back to my house. I really need you. Please, save your own family.
Yeah, we're not family anymore, so I'm gonna give you a nice big no! You're seriously good at this whole pestering thing, aren't you? A father who disappeared after taking out way too many loans for his own good and my brother? Honestly, both of them seem to be a perfect fit for someone like yourself. Alright, like I said before. Good luck on your own. Oh, and you guys have lost all usefulness for me. Actually, you've lost any kind of usefulness for me about 10 years ago. The mom kept contacting Russell no matter how much he declined her calls and ignored her text messages. She just kept begging him for his help and wouldn't let up at all. But apparently he was able to just block her out completely and intentionally left all of her text messages unread, just to spite her. Eventually, though, he did just block her phone number entirely, which made ignoring her all the more easier for him. All her efforts to reach out to him were in vain, as he had already blocked her on every form of contact that she had with him. The loan sharks, however, did keep paying her visits. She was taken somewhere where no one really knew what was going on, and she had lost all hope. She must have felt really stupid believing in the wrong son at the end of the day. But it was little too late. This is what happens when you completely berate someone and try to take advantage of them. Karma is a dish best served cold. Afterwards, no one really knows what happened to her or Jerry, but Russell got married and is living life happily ever after. He learned true freedom and love without the abuse from his annoying family members. Additionally, he's now in the process of building his own family and is loving every second of his life. I'm sure with how hard Russell has been working every day and every night, he'll be able to succeed in everything he tries and will be able to live happily ever after.
Hey, about meeting my parents tomorrow. I have a bad feeling that my dad might say something rude. He can be pretty insulting when he wants to. You don't have to take him seriously, so can you just ignore him if he does say anything stupid?
Huh? Are you being serious? All I'm doing is introducing myself as your fiancé. So why would he say something rude? That doesn't make any sense. Is there any reason why he would want to insult me? If anything, shouldn't you talk to your dad about that rather than warning me? I don't understand why I'm the one that has to ignore him if he does insult me.
Well, yeah, I spoke to him. I did try, but he's really stubborn, like ultra stubborn. So once he finds something that he doesn't like, he complains about it forever. I just want to avoid making the situation worse.
Once he finds something he doesn't like? What, he's already found something he doesn't like about me? Even though we've never met each other before? Did I do something he doesn't like?
It's not you, it's about your family.
What about my family? I don't think he's met anyone.
Okay, I never told him that your family is in farming. When I first told him about you, I made up some lies about your family, all working as office workers and stuff. I hid the fact that you're not from the city. Then we started living together and we got engaged, and over time it just got more difficult to tell him the truth.
Why would you lie about something like that? Were you ashamed about me not being an uptown girl? I really don't understand what you were thinking.
I wasn't ashamed. I just couldn't say it because I know that my dad doesn't like farmers and stuff. I knew that we couldn't get married with him not knowing the truth, so I spoke to him earlier. And he didn't react so well. He was pretty angry about the background you have.
Seriously? You're not making some over-the-top joke to scare me, are you? I'm already pretty nervous about meeting your parents, so this isn't helping. If you're not, then I don't understand what there is to like or not like about farmers. I'm proud of my family's history in the area and the organic produce we provide. If he has something to complain about farmers, then he obviously doesn't understand that the world goes around on food and that he should be grateful to farmers for the hard work they do, day in and day out. I don't understand why he would be angry with you either.
Yeah, well, he's probably going to be a pain in the ass tomorrow, so just prepare yourself. There's nothing else I can do to improve his impression of you. You'll just have to do your best to bite your lip and not piss him off any further. I want you guys to get along.
You're kidding, right? You're not going to do anything? I'll do my best to make a good impression, of course, but I'm going to need you to support me. We're gonna get married after all. There's going to be times where you'll have to pick a side or come between us if your dad's really that hard to get on with. Tom, you listening?
I can't believe a woman like you actually thought she could marry my son. I bet you were hoping to marry my son so that you could mooch off of him. But you've got another thing coming. He's going to take over my restaurant one day. I can't let a restaurant with so much history as mine be ruined by a country bumpkin. You don't deserve him, or the fortune he'll be inheriting. You're just a gold digger.
What? That's what you thought? You really think I'm after your son's inheritance? I can't believe you! I get a notification telling me I have messages from you, and I hoped that there would be an apology, but this is all I get? You're a grown adult. You should accept responsibility and apologize for what you've done. I never imagined that Tom's parents would lack so much common sense.
I'm amazed that a woman like you actually thought that she could have a chance to marry my son. He obviously hasn't got any taste in women either. You've got a lot of nerve entering my home. Do you understand? We don't welcome your sort. You don't belong with my son. I thought that your family all worked in the city, so I allowed him to date you. But marriage is out of the question.
Did I really do something that bad? I just came to visit because you invited me to your home. I only wanted to introduce myself before I married Tom. That's all. And yet, you lost it the moment I confirmed that my parents are farmers and poured hot soup all over my head. What the hell is wrong with you? I got scalds on my face and arms and you won't even apologize? Are you really serious? What did I do to deserve this treatment?
Burns suit a woman like you. You're poor, and you should look it, so that some other idiot won't get stupid ideas about marrying beneath him.
What? I don't get how that can even make sense to you.
I own a long-standing restaurant. I can't let my son marry someone that thinks she can take advantage of the fortune and reputation that will come with taking over the family business. You're just a farmer from a hick town. Go back to the ranch you came from.
Just a farmer from a hick town? That's rich. So what if you own a prestigious restaurant? Do you really think that owning a prestigious restaurant makes you better than other people and give you the right to pour soup on people when you feel like it? I've never heard of anyone as self-righteous as you.
It's not just soup. It's cream of brie. Can't you even tell the difference? You were lucky to even get a taste when it ran down your face. It's wasted on a woman like you.
I don't care what kind of soup it was. If you're not willing to apologize, then I guess I'll have to think of another way to make you regret your actions.
Make me regret what I did? Impossible. Why should I regret anything? You got what you deserved. You should be more aware of your position in society. You don't have any right to complain about what I do to you.
You had a lot of nerve chasing me out of your home. I thought that if you owned such a renowned business that you would be much more welcoming. I guess I was wrong. Are you really sure you're the owner?
How many times do I have to tell you? I own a restaurant that your kind of people don't dare to enter. Don't you even understand English? Is it difficult for you to comprehend what I'm saying, you hillbilly?
Then that doesn't make sense. If you really were the owner, I would have expected you to recognize my last name. But you didn't even react when I introduced myself. Are you ignoring it on purpose? Hoping that it's just a coincidence? Or are you really stupid enough to be making a really bad joke? You've taken it much too far if you think this is all funny.
What are you talking about? Why would I recognize your last name? I don't have any recollection of meeting anyone of your background. I don't even see the worth in remembering if I met someone like you. As far as I know, this is the first time I've met anyone with that last name.
Oh, really? That's a shame. I guess I have no choice if you don't recognize my name.
Oh? Are you finally going to agree to cancel the engagement? Have you realized that you're not worthy of my son?
I've had enough. I don't want to marry Tom and be stuck with a father-in-law that thinks it's okay to use violence to express his feelings. I never want to have anything to do with you, and don't even want to look at you. As far as I'm concerned, this engagement is over.
My thoughts exactly. I don't want a daughter-in-law that's going to be an embarrassment to my family. I'm well aware that you were planning to suck Tom dry of his fortune the second the business passed to him. He's lucky I took action and prevented that before he wasted any time with you. I'm sure you can find a much more suitable partner out there among the rednecks, lumbering around in the country. My son is too good for an unsophisticated woman like you. Find someone that's in your own league, or actually willing to marry beneath them. I know it'll be hard, but why should I care? As long as you don't get in the way of my reputation.
Wow, you really are a condescending asshole. I'm surprised your business actually made it this far, with you looking down on farmers the way you do. Your restaurant doesn't deserve the label of being prestigious at all. If you can't respect the work that farmers do, then you obviously have no respect for food. You even proved that by wasting a perfectly good bowl of soup.
You don't have the right to lecture me about respecting food. I know better than anyone what food means in this world. It means that I make a profit, and that's all that matters. I won't let one farmer girl ruin my business. I'm lucky I managed to get rid of you before the wedding, so I'll let you off this time. But don't even think about trying to stay in touch with my son. He obviously doesn't realize how close we were to making asses of ourselves, but he'll be over you in no time, and he'll find someone more worthy of being part of our family. I won't ever let anyone like you near him ever again. I gotta hope that this serves as a lesson to him too, to not bring anyone like you into our home. But I'm shocked that you even had the audacity to think that you could marry my son in the first place. You should be more aware of your place. Just thinking about how we were one step away from letting our son marry some random farmer girl makes me shudder. You had no right to invade our home like that. Pouring the cream of brie on you was the only way to get you to wake up and realize you don't belong here. You should leave and never come back.
Then I'd be happy to cancel the engagement.
That's my line.
Great! I'm glad we've come to an understanding about that at least. But don't come begging for me to get back with your son once your business starts falling apart. And you sure you don't want to apologize now while you still can? I'll give you one last chance.
What are you talking about? What can you possibly do? I've prevented my business from falling apart by avoiding the worst case scenario of you marrying my son and driving us into bankruptcy. I've protected my family from scum like you and your family. I don't have anything to apologize for.
Then I'll have to notify my parents about the engagement being canceled. My parents already knew that I was due to visit you today, so they were horrified when they saw me with burns on my face at the hospital. My dad's already spoken with the family lawyer and is preparing to take action.
What? You have a lawyer ready?
I don't want to have anything to do with you, and my parents feel the same way. They're not interested in dealing with such a dangerous man.
I'm surprised you even have access to a lawyer. I guess you must be the fancier sort of farmer. But there's no point threatening me with a lawsuit. You'll never be able to beat the team of lawyers I have on standby. You don't even have the financial means to match me. You're just going to waste your time and your money by trying to bring me to court. So I suggest you give up before you're utterly defeated.
That may be so. I don't know how much better your lawyer is, but maybe you should take another look at my last name before you do anything else. You should know better than anyone else that my parents are the ones that have been providing your restaurant with fresh vegetables for a very long time, and yet you didn't even realize.
What?
We've had a contract with your business, but as a result of your idiocy, my parents have decided to end that contract, effective immediately. I don't know how you plan to procure vegetables for your business from tomorrow onwards, but this is what you wanted, right? You said that you didn't want to have anything to do with our sort of people, right? I'm just a random farmer girl from a hick town, right?
What are you talking about? Your parents were supplying my restaurant with vegetables?
You're not being serious, are you? You didn't even know that? You're the owner. You should be aware of every detail, especially where you're getting your ingredients from. Just how irresponsible are you? The owner is supposed to have the biggest say in what kind of ingredients you use and where you get them from, and you don't know? Are you sure you're the owner? I can't believe a restaurant owner like you actually exists. You can't even express any gratitude towards the people that grow the vegetables you use in every single meal? How do you think you've made such a profit until now? If it weren't for the farmers that provide you with fresh, organic produce, you wouldn't even have a business.
Are you being serious? Does your family really own the farm that we have a contract with?
I really don't believe that you're the one that's running that restaurant. You've got someone else running the business from the shadows, don't you? I can't imagine that your restaurant would be so successful with someone like you at the top. Besides, a real owner would know who he has contracts with and would show them the courtesy and respect they deserve. This all happened because you're an ignorant ass that doesn't know the first thing about owning a restaurant. Or food, for that matter.
How do you know that? Did Tom tell you that? It's supposed to be a family secret.
I knew it. Tom hasn't said anything to me about how you run your business. I can tell just by the way you act and from the way you wasted that soup. If you really did have full control of the restaurant, you would be aware of the contracts your business has, and you would have recognized my name. You would have a lot more respect for farmers and for everyone involved in the process of delivering a meal to your customers. You're just the owner in name and have someone else running your business, don't you? I have nothing against that itself, but the fact that you make yourself out to be a superior existence because of your owner status annoys me to no end. You know nothing about food and have no respect for the people that grow the vegetables and raise the cows and chickens you eat. I bet you don't even know the difference between a farm and a ranch, since you told me to return to a ranch. I bet you don't even know that vegetables come from farms and not from the supermarket. That's why you were looking down on us.
Shut up! Why should I care what a stupid farmer thinks? It's true that my restaurant uses a lot of vegetables. So now I think about it, farmers have some good use after all. But even so, that doesn't make them any better than me. Farmers are just pawns. They're just tools that rich people like me make use of. You'd all be useless without me.
Oh, really? If that's the case, then I'm sure you won't be troubled if we decide to end our contract with your business. You can find some other pawn that's willing to deal with your crap. Your general manager, the real executive behind the business, is panicking quite a bit. Haven't you heard anything from him?
What? I have some messages from him, but is it really that big of a deal? Our restaurant is renowned nationwide. Why do we have to worry about one farm refusing to provide us with vegetables? We can find another place to make a contract with, no problem. So what if your family doesn't want to do business with us? There are hundreds of other farms that will be delighted to have the chance to work with such a reputable restaurant.
You really are stupid.
What did you say?
My family runs a famous farm that has a history that goes back to my great-grandfather's generation. We only deal in organic vegetables of the highest quality. Didn't you know that it was because of our vegetables that your restaurant became so famous? Without us, you're nothing.
Huh? Really?
You really didn't know? How ignorant are you when it comes to your own business? You have no right to call yourself owner of that restaurant if you don't know a single thing about it. You've just been wallowing in your pride and self-righteousness, believing that your restaurant's popularity made you a successful and competent businessman. But you don't even know that there was a TV program that picked up the ingredients used in your meals and highlighted the use of our organic vegetables. That's how your restaurant gained so much recognition. You don't even have an idea of what might happen to your restaurant if you lose this contract. All I can say is that it's a shame.
What are you talking about? I've had enough of you talking to me like that. Wait. My general manager really is panicking. What's going on? He says that if we end this contract, we'll end up having to close the business. What does this mean?
I've already warned you several times already. Are you even listening to me properly? But it's too late to start regretting your actions now. I asked you for an apology, and you refused.
Adriana, was it?
What? Now you're asking me for my name?
You can marry my son. I'll allow it.
Excuse me?
There have been a lot of misunderstandings. But now I understand that you're not just a farmer girl. I'd be delighted to accept your marriage to my son. Can we forgive and forget everything that's happened up until now?
Are you frickin' kidding me? Of course I'm not going to accept that.
What? Why?
What you've done, the way you've acted, is absolutely unacceptable. And it's not just you that's the problem. I don't want to marry your son. I've completely fallen out of love with Tom. It was enough that you went as far as pouring hot soup on me, but I've lost it with him. I can't respect you, and I can't see Tom as a reliable and caring partner anymore. Even though you did something so dangerous, he didn't even try and stop you. He just watched it happen. He didn't even make a move to help me when I was wiping myself off. He could have at least driven me to the hospital, but no. Once Daddy got angry, he just left me out to dry. There's no point in marrying a man like that if I know I can't trust him to be on my side. I'm canceling the engagement.
You're overreacting. I didn't do anything that bad. All I did was help you eat the cream of brie.
It was still hot, and I've got scalds and burns. Any adult with a little common sense would know that it's dangerous to do something like that, and yet you did it. You didn't even apologize. So you can't argue that you didn't mean to. And one more thing, my family is fortunate enough to have gained a lot of respect from other farmers, so we have a lot of influence.
What?
My parents are furious about what happened, and they've already spoken with everyone they know about your behavior and what you really think about farmers. With this, nobody will want to make a contract with your restaurant, and you'll be stuck making tasteless meals without any vegetables, and you'll eventually have to accept bankruptcy.
You're lying.
None of the local organic farmers will want to work with you, and you'll find it difficult to get in touch with any farmers out of state, too. Even if you did find someone, they'd be too far away for you to be able to consider the delivered vegetables organic. The only reason your restaurant was so popular and was able to make a profit was because it was making a name for itself by using only the freshest and organic produce. That's all ruined because you didn't want to treat your son's fiancé with a little respect. You've got no choice but to accept that your life as a superior business owner is over.
No, you're just bluffing. There's no way we can't find someone that will deliver vegetables to us. This can't be happening. My business was going so well until now. How can everything be ruined by us losing one contract? Please, you can't do this. My restaurant won't be able to function if we don't have any vegetables.
It's your own fault for looking down on farmers the way you did. If you're so high and mighty, why don't you do something about it yourself? Instead of relying on a lowly farmer girl. You must be able to do everything yourself since you're so much better than me.
I'm honestly, sincerely sorry. I should never have spoken to you like that. I should never have treated you like that. Please, help me. Otherwise, I'll have to shut down my business. I'll lose everything.
I already told you that you shouldn't come crying to me after your business starts falling apart. It is far too late. You should reflect on what you've done. But it's a shame that you'll only regret what you've done because of the effect it's going to have on your life and not because of the effect it's going to have on mine.
Please! I'll get down on my hands and knees. I'll do anything. So please, let me protect my business. I don't want to lose my restaurant. I'll let you marry Tom. So please, forgive me.
No matter how much you beg, there's no point. I already tried to get along with you before you poured the soup on me, but you wouldn't listen to anything I had to say. Begging me for forgiveness doesn't change the fact that I've got burns and that you've insulted my family. I've already reported this incident to the police, too.
What?
Our lawyers are ready to take your lawyers on in court, so you better prepare yourself. I'm not going to back down until I've gotten the justice I deserve for everything you've said and done. I'm sorry for being a farmer's girl from the sticks, but you'll regret underestimating farmers and wish you had never disrespected us. You told me to leave and never come back, but you're the one that doesn't belong in the restaurant business. See you in court, asshole! I'm going to send you to hell myself. As a result of his violent behavior, Henry was taken away by the police for questioning. There was nothing he could do to avoid his restaurant from closing and had lost all hope in reopening another restaurant because of the public criticism he received for his actions. Tom was desperate to get back together with Adriana, and Henry had tried appealing for them to have talks so that they could redo their relationship, but Adriana rejected all of their pleas and completely cut ties with Tom and his family. Adriana's parents used their influence to spread the word about Henry and made sure he could never find anyone to make a contract with him ever again. He went bankrupt, and the story of how a once-loved restaurant had plunged into disfavor was all over the news. Henry became infamous online, and the criticisms never ceased. He had no choice but to move away and start anew. Nobody knows where he's gone and what he's doing.
Today's my birthday. Didn't I tell you to come home tonight because I needed to talk to you? I also reserved dinner, so hurry up.
Please cancel dinner, because I don't want to go with an old hag like you, Gabby.
Okay, fine.
I'll go home, though, because I need to give you something.
What are you going to give me? A present? If it is, I don't want it.
It's a surprise, and I'll think you'll love it. Can't wait.
I don't want a surprise either, actually. All I want is for you to come home. Didn't I tell you what time to come home?
Yeah, and?
Do you really not want to see me?
So, you turned 45 today, huh? Wow, you are old now.
Excuse me, you're getting old also.
I'm still in my 30s.
Well, you're turning 40 next month, so there isn't that much of a difference.
There is a big difference.
Yeah, well, that's your opinion.
I want to ask younger me why I married someone 5 years older than me.
Age shouldn't matter, you know.
I would have chosen someone younger than me right now.
Well, even though you say that, you can't redo your life, so stop wasting your time complaining. Anyways, where are you now?
Why would I tell you?
Please come home. You finished work, right?
Oh my god, okay.
I'll be waiting for you. Are you serious, Miles?
Yes, get the fuck out.
So your surprise present is divorce papers?
Yeah, it's a surprise, right?
I can't believe you decided to give it to me on my birthday!
So, how does it feel to get divorce papers thrown at you and getting told that your husband is gonna remarry a 20-year-old? Now you understand that I don't need you in my life. I'm done with you. I don't need you anymore. I'm the owner of this house, so leave this house.
Well, to be honest, this is the best birthday present.
You don't need to act so tough. You just got dumped and you're gonna get kicked out, so your life may as well be hell from now on. I don't think anyone will want you because you're old and got divorced once. I feel so bad for you.
I'm not acting tough, okay? Anyways, good to hear that you're getting remarried to a 20-year-old. When is the big day?
It doesn't matter to you. Please get out of my sight.
You're acting bossy and trying to kick me out and stuff, but do you not know your place?
Yes, I do. Sorry, but I'm gonna be living happily with a young woman. What more can I ask for? Well, when are you leaving, okay? Do you fill out the divorce papers?
Yeah, I'll drop it off at the clerk's office later. Is that okay? We'll be strangers and you'll remain as the owner of the house. Is that okay?
Stop blabbing about things I don't care about. I don't need you anymore, okay? Do you not understand what I'm saying? You are 45. You're old.
You're turning 45 in 5 years, though.
It's fine because I'm a man.
I don't know what you mean, but I don't care anymore. It's a waste of time talking to you. I'm actually finished filling out the divorce papers, so I'll drop it off and leave the house.
Please do, because she is coming over soon. Wow, I am so excited to be thinking that I can start living with her.
Good for you. I hope it turns out to be like you wanted it to be.
It's gonna be a million times better than living with you.
Living with me? We didn't even see each other in the house.
Yeah, because I didn't want to see your ugly-ass face and never saw you as a woman, so I'm happy to get a divorce.
I'm actually happy to get divorced too.
Why are you happy?
Because you were cursing at me all the time?
Of course, you weren't listening to me, that's why.
Yeah. Anyways, let me ask you one more time. Are you sure you know your place now? If you don't, you must be an idiot.
Are you making fun of me? I don't deserve to be mocked by someone like you. I'm gonna live like a celebrity with her, so I'm done with you. If you understand me, then leave immediately. Sorry, it's your birthday, but I want to start living with her from today.
Sure, I'll be going.
Finally.
Are you forgetting that you live in the house that I bought for $1 billion?
I'm the owner of the house, plus I've been paying for the mortgage, so I should have no problem.
Were you seriously thinking that this whole time we were living together?
Yes?
You're joking, right?
Of course not.
You only paid the mortgage the first year. I've been paying it since then, you know.
What?
There's still $500 million of mortgage left. Why don't you talk to her first about this before bringing her here? Your monthly salary is about $1,000, right? How are you gonna pay for that?
What are you talking about? I was the one paying for it. You just covered the initial down payment.
I was paying from your bank account, but I was depositing the money beforehand every month.
You were?
Yes. You got fired a month after buying the house and were slacking off not working, and when I thought you found a job, it was just a low-payment job.
Yeah, but I had no problem living even though I didn't earn that much. Life is about having fun, right?
That's because I've been paying for everything like bills, living expenses, utilities, etc. this past 8 years. You wouldn't know because you never helped me.
Really? Sorry for that, but I should have no problem with paying those because you were able to pay for it, right?
Wow, I really respect you for being this positive even though your life sucks now. You need to pay $2,000 per month.
What? $2,000?
Yep. How are you going to pay for it with your salary? Can't you do math, or are you just plain stupid?
Wait, I only earn $1,000 per month. Hold up! There's no way I can pay for it!
Oh, now you're realizing. Wow. Well, I'm excited to see what's going to happen to you. I'm going to grab some popcorn.
Why is this happening? I thought I was paying for it since I was the owner of the house.
When we got married, we were pretty much earning good money, so you were the owner of the house, but after getting fired, I was paying for it. Okay? Do you understand? Did I say anything confusing?
Wait, what happened to my salary then?
Why are you asking me? You probably used it. Well, I have no plan on depositing any more money, so why don't you ask your girl to pay?
My 20-year-old girlfriend?
Yes. I was cringing when you told me you were dating someone 20 years younger and also going to be relying on her for the payment. Wow. Just wow. Well, now that I left, good luck with everything, Kay? The divorce is approved, by the way. Finally.
You don't need to say that, you know.
Well, all I want to say is have fun living with your young girlfriend. I'll leave and will not contact you whatsoever.
Pick up the phone, please. I was wrong. Let's get back together. I need you.
What are you talking about? We're divorced. I don't want anything to do with you, so I will not pick up the phone.
What do you mean you don't want to do anything with me? We're husband and wife.
Didn't I just say we're divorced?
My girlfriend got disgusted with me and left after I told her everything. I can't believe this. What the hell did I do?
Really? You have a brain, so why don't you think about it? She made the right choice.
This gave me a huge wake-up call that younger girls are not for me because they don't understand crap.
Understand what?
Everything! I realize that you're the one who understands me and supports me, so please come back! Let's start over. Today is still your birthday, so, yeah, why don't we celebrate?
Damn, you're creeping me out that I'm getting goosebumps.
I'm creeping you out?
Yes! Anyways, you wished for me to leave the house and get divorced, which I did, so what more do you want from me? The divorce papers you threw at me were God's gift from heaven because I wanted to get divorced also.
You really wanted to?
But I'm glad that we didn't talk about this because I was thinking you wouldn't want to divorce me if you knew about the mortgage and all the payments.
Wait, I'm sorry, so you are really going to divorce me?
Of course! Sorry, but nothing changes even if you apologize. I was looking for perfect time to bring up divorce to you, but you did, so thank you.
Look, I really feel bad for cheating, but I wanted to be with someone younger because I'm old and I want to feel young. You know what I mean, right? But I realized I need you, so please come back to me.
Oh my god, I can't even find a word to say to you. Absolutely not. I will make you pay for the alimony.
What? Why?
If you have a problem, why don't you hire a lawyer? If you even have enough money, though. Well, I don't think you'll have the money from now on, so good luck with everything. Now that I'm divorced, I'll enjoy my life because I'm free.
Wait, don't leave me!
I don't even want to waste time for you. Bye, asshole. I don't need you in my life anymore. Miles tried to contact me a few more times, but he didn't know that I blocked him. He had to sell the house to pay for the alimony, but since it wasn't enough and didn't have any savings left, he ended up being in debt. He had no other choice but to work a full-time job, and now he works without any breaks or vacation. Someone told me that he aged 20 years and now looks like an old man. On the other hand, since I'm stress-free, my skin cleared up and feeling so much better now. I even bought a new apartment. It's obvious he's happier now.